So, today we are about to start a very interesting topic, ratio and proportion. Yes, students, so for the last almost for 10-15 days we are discussing numerical calculations. Of course, that is what we call is a number system. Number system is the base for the quantitative aptitude we are about to learn. The calculations, so whatsoever, so they are going to be the very important base for the topics that we are about to discuss. Quantitative aptitude. Student, as I told you that quantitative aptitude is the natural ability of learning. Quantitative aptitude is all about natural ability of learning. So, we should be able to understand what is actually happening around us, what is happening here and what is happening there. So, to understand the things which are happening around us, we make use quantitative aptitude much effectively. That is the significance of the topic, students. So probably from today onwards we will be learning. Now we are entering into quantitative aptitude. So for the last 10-15 days we have been discussing number system. Remember, number system is the base for quantitative aptitude. Now from this topic onwards, we will be discussing everything relating to the things that are actually happening around us. For everything, whatever the decision and whatever the understanding we must be having, we will be coming to know with the help of these topics. So that is the beautiful topics. So those are the very interesting and very applicable. So I can tell you. So now we move on to ratio and proportion. So before we start the topic, let me differentiate what is the ratio and what is the proportion. So both are actually practically different. So how they differ? What is a ratio and what is a proportion? Students, for example, if I say that in one particular class, let me suppose that in 10th standard, so I have some boys as well as girls. So let me suppose that I have 20 boys in the class and there are 30 girls in the same class. Then we declare that and then we say that boys and girls are present in the ratio 2:3, isn't it? Boys and girls are present in the ratio 2:3. So that is quite simple. So for every 2 boys we say that there are 3 girls. For every 3 girls there are 2 boys. The ratio is all about reducing the given numbers to the lowest form. And by the way, we can understand what is the ratio between boys and girls. Okay. So when it comes to 11th standard, so let me suppose that there are only 6 boys and of course now we left 9 girls. So when from 10th to 11th standard, when they jump into the next standard, we could see that only 6 boys are left and now we see only 9 girls. So 6 and 9 if we reduce, then again it comes to the ratio 2:3. It comes to the ratio 2:3. Student, may I know that? Now, so please let me know, is that the number of students in 10th and 11th standard are same? Are the students same in both the 10th and 11th standard? So see, are the students are same? Obviously no. Students are absolutely not same for sure, but one thing you must understand that the ratio that is maintained in 10th standard is absolutely similar in 11th standard. Then we conclude that in both the sections they are in same proportion. In both the sections they are in same proportion. I think you understand this. So 2:3 is the ratio in 10th standard and of course 2:3 the ratio in 11th standard. Then we declare that as far as the ratio is concerned, as far as the proportion is concerned, they are absolutely in same proportion. Student, please do understand that when you compare the numbers, you will be getting ratio. When you compare the ratio, you will be getting proportion. Please write down. So first we write down this some definition and then we discuss some more questions from the same. Please write down. The comparison of two or more ratios, the comparison of two or more elements, please write down. The comparison of two or more elements is ratio and the comparison of two or more ratios, the comparison of two or more ratios is proportion. The comparison of two or more ratios is proportion. So this is the main difference between ratio and proportion. So my dear students, actually we need to discuss so important issues in this aspect, because there are so many things we need to compare. So what is the ratio and what is the proportion? Student, just I want to tell you that. So Olympics 2020, of course it was already concluded, even though it was actually conducted in 2021, but they are supposed to conduct in 2020. Therefore, we call it as Tokyo 2020. Yeah, students. So you might see that. So once again, in America was on the top of the medal list, and the second place occupied by China. But once you seriously look into the situation, America was number one when it comes to the financial status. China was number two when it comes to the financial status. In GDP, America stood first and China stood second. So Olympics also, the same tendency is obviously been maintained. So Olympics has the direct or indirectly, they got something related to the financial standard of the country. Yeah. Because to participate in Olympics and to prepare for Olympics is not that easy, man. We require lots of amount. In fact, that is the reason why already, if you can see that for the last centuries, some hundreds of years ago, if you can see that, yes, the same thing is happening. America or Russia or China, only these countries are dominating the Olympics. Maybe because of their financial advantage, maybe because of their training perspective or something like whatever it is. But between America and China, if we closely look into the situation, then we come to know America is how superior when we compare with China. Even though in terms of medals, actually America won 39 gold medals and China 38. It seems that only one gold medal is different, but when we look at the population of the country, it makes all the difference. Shall I explain you how? Come on students, so probably with this you may be able to understand what is proportion. You will understand the concept of ratio and proportion. Student, when you look at US, man, the population of US is something around 30 crore. The population of US is something around 30 crore. And they won 39 gold medals in Olympics with a population of 30 crore. And when you look at China, they have a population of around 140 crore and they won gold medals 38 crore. So the gold medals China must be having is 38. See student, US and China. Practically they seem to be only one medal is different between US and China. But if you really want to look at it, good mathematics, and obviously you will find the difference. It is only one gold medal. When you look at the population, for 30 crore population, and they got 39 medals, and this is for about 140 crore population, they got 38 gold medals. See the ratio, and the ratio is 10:13 man, and here the ratio is if you closely cancel, so that comes around 70:19. So how differ? So we can understand the actual difference between US and America. Of course, India, yes, we need to work a lot, in fact. So as far as Olympics are concerned, still I think we are not performing very well. So students, So, one thing I just want to explain you once again. When we understand ratio and proportions properly, we may be able to get a clear conclusions. That is the reason why this topic is so important in quantitative aptitude. Everything we compare with this ratio and proportion. What is the population and how many medals they win, and what is the population, how many medals they win. So, by the way, we may be able to understand the clear difference between US and China. For every 10 people they won 13 gold medals, for example. For every 70 people they won only 19. That is the main difference between ratio and proportion. Okay students, so at the moment just forget about, so at the moment just have an idea, comparison of elements is ratio, comparison of ratio is proportion. To that extent you just have an idea, and the more we will be discussing in coming days, and yearly you start enjoying the topic for sure, I can assure you. Right students, so as far as ratio is concerned student, for example, if I ask you to divide 3600 rupees between A and B in the ratio 1:2. If I ask you to divide 3600 between A and B in the ratio 1:2, then how do you divide this amount, my dear students? Obviously, you have a practice of dividing amount something like this. A must be getting one part out of three parts into 3600. You know that very well. And yes, A must be getting 1200 rupees. And when it comes to B, so this is our regular practice. B must be getting two parts out of 3 into 3600, right? And hence B must be getting 2400 rupees. So this is a regular practice. But in competitions, because as we don't have that much of time, so we will be going in a different direction. Simple, not very complicated. If you are supposed to divide 3600 in the ratio 1:2, my dear students. So if you are supposed to divide 3600 in the ratio 1:2, so we will be doing something like this. You divide 3600 into three parts. The reason of dividing into three parts, because we are dividing between A and B, and A and B three parts, one part to A, two parts to B. So when you divide 3600 into three parts, every one part is 1200. So A 1 into 12, B 2 into 12. So this must be your practice. So yes students, so very good morning man. So you mean to say why? Yeah. Why? The reason of why is because A one part and B two parts, a total of three parts. For example, student, if I want to divide 3600, if I want to divide 3600 between A, B and C in the ratio 1:2:3. So the process is so simple. We will be dividing 3600 into 1:2:3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6 parts. So we are dividing 3600 into 6 parts. By the way, every one part is 600. You understand why did I divide by 6? The very reason is because 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yes student, okay, no problem. We discuss. So student, just look at that. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. So when you divide 3600 into 6 parts, every one part is 600. So A must be getting 600, B must be getting 1200, 2 into 6, 3 into 6, 1800. You have to inculcate a habit of something like this. So this is how we divide the given amount. Okay student, so let me give you some simple exercise. You please try to divide the amount as per the conditions that is given to you. Come on student, here we go. If I ask you to divide 1800 in the ratio, if I ask you to divide 1800 in the ratio 2:7, come on, tell me what is first amount and what is second. Come on student, make it fast. if I ask you to divide 1800 in the ratio, come on, quick, quick, quick. So this must be your, so this is what? So this is how actually you need to divide the given amount. So in computations, because we don't be having lot of time, we should be doing something like this. 1800 you must be dividing by 9, because 2 plus 7 is 9, which means every one part is 200, 2 into 2 400, 7 into 2 1400. Okay. So this must be the practice, you need to adopt to that. Okay. If I ask you to divide 1800 in the ratio 7:3, if I ask you to divide 1800 in the ratio 7:3, how you must be dividing? Come on student, please go ahead. Yeah. How you must be dividing? Absolutely. You must be dividing 1800 into 9 parts. 1800 into 10 parts. The reason is 7 plus 3 is 10. Therefore, every one part is 180. I hope yes, you must be getting it right. So 7 into 180, 3 into 180, because every one part is 180. Student, I think yes, you must be getting the point right. That's very good. That's very good. That's very good. Very good morning, students. So this is what actually the ratio is all about. Come on, student. If I ask you to divide, 6,000 rupees in the ratio 2:1:2. So probably what you must be doing is, you are dividing 6,000 into 5 parts. The very reason is 2 plus 1 plus 2. Therefore, every one part is 1200. Hence, 2 into 12, 2400. 1 into 12, 1200. 2 into 12, 2400. So ratio proportion is all about giving the amount and you are asked to divide. So you will be given some amount and you are asked to divide the same. Student, so this is the very significant point of ratio and proportion. Now we will be starting with a very simple questions. I hope that you are absolutely, you really enjoy this topic, because we will be having a wonderful applications once the topics, the basics are very good to us. If you can understand the basics right, and yes, we can have it with complete command. Come on student, now here we go, and let me start with a very simple question. Here is the question, my dear students. Now please start. A sum of 1200 rupees is divided among A, B, C. Right, my dear students, if I have to divide an amount, I must be dividing. That's not a very big issue. So to divide an amount, either we should be having a ratio. For example, student, if I have to divide this 1200 in the ratio, if I have to divide 1200 in the ratio 1:2:3, that is not a problem. But the issue is, you are not given any ratio straight away. You are given a condition. You are given a condition, and basing on the condition, you are expected to divide the given amount. Okay. Now let us see what condition is given to you to divide 1200 rupees. Now here we go. Come on student, what is the condition? A receives half of what B and C receive together. So yes, my dear students, so this is the condition. If at all, if B and C are getting 2 parts, A must be getting 1 part. The very reason is because A must be getting half of what B and C together receive. Therefore, if B and C are getting 2 parts, A must be getting only 1 part. What do you think? Am I clear to you? So yes, you have to divide the entire amount into 3 parts. 1 plus 2, 3 parts. Out of the 3 parts, A must be given only 1 part. You are asked to find A's share. What is A's share, my dear students? So 1 by 3 into what is the amount that is given to you? 1200. Therefore, your answer must be 400. What, ma'am? Am I clear to you? So, not very big issue. Yes, it is very easy to understand this. You are asking me to explain this once again. Okay, we will be discussing another question. Why to discuss the same question again? Now, here we go. Student, the reason of taking B and C 2, because when you take B and C 2, you can get A. Because A must be getting half of what? B and C. You understand that? Okay, my dear students. So, now we discuss a simple question basing on this. I just want to make a very simple change in the question. Let me see how you are doing this. Okay? Yes, student. A receives, come on student, A receives 1/3 of what B and C together receive. If I give A receives 1/3 of what B and C receive, if this is the case, then how we must be doing this? Come on student, yeah, A and B and C together. So, we need to start from B and C, because once we understand how much B and C is getting, we can get A. So, let me suppose that if B and C are getting 3 parts, if B and C are getting 3 parts, how much A must be getting? 1/3, 3/3. I hope you understand, isn't it? Now you understand why B and C should be taken 3, because when we take B and C 3 parts, 1/3 A, we can take anything, because ultimately we need to get some ratio only, right? So we need to divide the entire amount into 4 parts, and out of the 4 parts A must be getting 1 part, and hence if you ask me to tell how much A must be getting, so yes, A must be getting to 300. So, A 300, of course, the remaining 900 B and C must be getting. Student, this is the very concept of ratios. In ratios, you will be given an amount to be distributed, but unfortunately, you won't be given the ratio straight away, because you are not school kids. You will be given some condition. Basing on the condition, you must be able to divide. I hope that. Student, shall I make some changes in the question? Are you ready to answer? Yes, ma'am. Are you ready? If I make some changes in the question, so I hope that yes, you are confident in answering this. Yes, student, please respond, ma'am. If I make any changes in the question, are you ready to answer? Ready? Yeah, good. Yes, students. Now here we go. So let me make some changes in the question. See how we can answer. So in place of half, if I say, A receives twice of what B and C together receive. Come on student, if this is the question, then what is going to be your answer? Come on, go ahead. If this is the question, what is going to be your answer? Same question, a very simple change. Yes, student. Okay, we discuss some more questions, man. We discuss some newer questions, obviously new questions, new concept. You get more confidence. Come on, student, I am waiting for your answer, man. I am waiting for your answer. Okay. Make sure, I think 600 is not correct answer, my dear student. I think you need to make, you need to be very careful. Okay, very good. Good. Student, now here we go. A, right, and B and C together. So probably how much A gets is all depends on B and C. We need to start from B and C. If you take B and C one part, if you take B and C one part, obviously A becomes 2 parts, because twice, you understand that, twice. So, the total amount should be divided into 3 parts, and hence out of 3 how much A gets? 2 by 3 into 1200, and hence 800. So, yes my dear students, I think hope you understand this, because why we have to take A, B and C together one, you understand very well. What man? I hope you understand this. Okay. Now I think because as I can see that you are doing extremely well, probably another question will help you to get the answer clear. Here I think with the concept so clear. So I am going to give you one question my dear students, and I will be giving you only 1 minute of time, and let me see how many of you could able to answer within 1 minute. Okay. Not very complicated, you can easily handle this. Now here we go. Come on students, so please be ready to take the test. Here we go. Come on. Your time starts now. Yeah, you can respond. Half of the time is already over, and let me see how many of you could able to answer this. Yeah, 2:4 is also okay man, but still you will be getting the same answer. Your time is running out my dear students, so please respond. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so far I could not get any answer. Okay. Make sure that you are not making any mistake my dear students. Make sure that you are not making any mistake. Read the questions seriously, probably you will be able to get some. Because if you don't read the question, obviously yes, there is a chance of making the mistake. I hope that many of you fallen into wrong conclusions. I don't think that your answer is right. Yeah student, yes please look into that. Okay. So yes, very fine. Now please look into the question. Look at the question. 800 is divided among x, y and z. Right. Student, we have to divide 800. To whom? X, y and z we can divide. That's not a very big issue. Right. So, any ratio is given? No. We are given some condition. With the help of the condition, we must be able to get the ratio. I hope you understand this. With the help of the condition, we must be able to get ratio. That's very good. Tell me student, what is the condition? X may receive 1/3 of what y and z together receive. So my dear student, if I take y and z 3 parts, x must be getting 1. The reason is 1/3. I hope you understand this. How much x has to get is all depends on y and z. The reason is y and z, if we take 3 parts, obviously x must be getting 1 part. Tell me student, we have to divide 800 into how many parts? 4 parts. Out of the 4 parts, 1 part should be given for x, 1 part should be given for x, and 3 parts must be given to y and z together. The problem is, we know that y and z must be getting 3 parts, but we are not very sure how much y is going to get. I hope you understand this. Student, yes, student, so before giving the answer, are you getting the point right? I am not asking you to find share of x man, I am asking you to find the share of y. Probably if anybody give the answer 200, you must be giving the answer for x. But in this question, if you can see that when x gets 1 part, y and z together are getting 3 parts. They are getting 3 parts together, but we are not very sure how much x, y and z individually getting that. That is the reason why your answer must be can't say. I think you understand, my dear students, what I am telling you. You understand that. So, the ratio is 1:3. One part should be given to x and 3 parts must be given to y and z. But how much y actually gets? We don't know. You understand that. Student, yes, am I clear to you, man? Why the answer is can't say yes? I hope so. Yes, very good. Very good, my dear students. Right. I want to make some changes in the question and please respond. In place of this, find the share of y and z together. Had this has been my question, tell me what would have been your answer. If I say how much y and z together receive. Come on, student, yes, I want quick response from your side, man. I want very quick response. Please do respond. How much y and z together must be getting? Yeah, that's very good. So once again, if you see how much x has to get, it all depends on y and z together. Yes. So how much y and z is taken? You have taken 3. The reason of taking 3, you know that when you take y and z 3 parts, 1/3. So you see, we need to divide the entire amount into 4 parts, and out of the 4 parts, y and z must be getting 3 parts. You can see that. Therefore, if my question is how much y and z getting, probably yes, this is your answer. Hence, your answer must be 600. I hope so. Very good. Now I think yes, you are on the line. Probably I can see that you are responding very well right at the moment. Student, okay, please look at the board. I just want to make some changes in the question. I just want to make 2 changes and let me see how you are responding to this. Here we go. Come on, student, if I want to make this kind of change. For example, if in place of 1/3, if I have 1/7, in place of y, if I have x, what is going to be your answer? If I make these 2 changes, please respond what is going to be your answer. Yes, I think now you are getting the point right. Your response, I could understand that you are getting the point right. I make 2 changes, my dear students, please do respond. Yeah, very good. Good going, student, good going, very good going. Yes, student, yes, 100 rupees is your answer and I could see your answer. Yes, extremely good. Yes, students, I can see your answer. Your answer is 100 rupees, absolutely correct. Student, yes, my dear students, if I see that how much x is going to get depends on y and z together, because x is going to get 1/7. So let me take y and z 7 parts and 1/7 of 1 part. And in fact, you are asked to find the share of x, and hence x must be getting 1 part out of 8, and hence your answer is 100 rupees. Correct. Okay, student, I think yes, we are going in the right direction. Now I can see that many of you come to the right line, and probably yes, with this we can move ahead. Okay, students, so very good going. So yes, now we move on to next question. Here we go. Question number 3. Come on, student, please look at the question. 4,400 has been divided into 3 parts. has been divided into three parts. Students, I just want to tell you once again, as far as ratio and proportion is concerned, you will be given some amount and you are asked to divide. For example, if your father gets around 20 chocolates, and if your father asks you to divide the chocolates in the ratio 1:1, you can do that. He gets 20 chocolates and you can divide in the ratio 1:1, that is not a problem. And if your father gets the 20 chocolates and if he expect the chocolates must be divided into 1:1:2, you can do that. One part to your sister, one part to your brother, and two for yourself, you can divide. So ratio, proportion, and you will be having some amount and you need to divide that. Yes, that can be done, provided if the ratio is given to you. If a ratio is given to you, you can easily divide that, but in competitive examinations you won't be given the ratio straight away, because they are preparing for competitions. You will be given some condition, basing on the condition you should be able to get. Okay, here we go. How many parts, my dear students? 3 parts. Okay, so first part, second and third. Let me see what is the condition we are given right now. In such a way that half of the first part, come on student, 1/3 of the second part, 1/3 of the second part, come on student, and 1/6 of the third part, 1/6 of the third part are all equal. Half of the first part, 1/3 of the second part, and 1/6 of the third part are all equal. So whenever this condition is given, my dear students, we must be able to divide the amount in the ratio 2:3:6. Therefore 4,400 may be divided in the ratio 2:3:6. What you are asked to find? You are asked to find third part. How much is third part, my dear students? 6. 6 out of 2 plus 3 plus 6, 11, into what is the amount we need to divide? 4,400. You can understand that. So third part in this case is going to be 2,400. I hope yes, you understand the point, right? Good, very good student. Yes, I appreciate that. Yeah. Now I think yes, we are going in the very good direction. Probably yes, I think you may be able to answer. You are given some amount, you are asked to divide. The only thing is ratio, but ratio won't be given to you straight away. You should be able to understand the ratio with the help of the condition that is given to you. Okay student, now yes, I think we can move on to next question. Probably yes, here we go. Yes students, so I give you one question to answer. Here we go. Come on, make it fast. You are given only 40 seconds to get the answer. Quick. Read the question and answer within 40 seconds. Last 20 seconds, man. Three, two, one. So 40 seconds. Okay, very good. But I did not get any response from so far. Okay, one student could able to respond, right? So do you think 40 seconds is too short to answer this question, man? I don't think so. We can answer this within 40 seconds. Now, may I know how many of you could able to answer within 40 seconds? Students, please respond. Be honest, how many of you could able to respond within 40 seconds within the given time? Okay, your answer is okay. Let me check it out your answer later, but before that I want to know how many of you could able to answer within 40 seconds, because the time is all important. It is not just answering the question, my dear students, it is the time. See, 1 second makes a lot of difference. Probably the recently concluded Olympics gives a clear picture to you. 1 second makes a lot of difference. When you are preparing for competitions, time is a very important factor. We need to put the time under control. If not, I think yes, there is no point in answering. Yes, student, yes, may I know how many of you could able to answer? "40 seconds is very long." Oh, very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, very good, student. Yes, 40 seconds is very long in fact, because still you can respond it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, very good. Yeah, 40 seconds is very long, but still if slowly we reduce the time, but 40 seconds if you could able to answer, that's we must be going very well. Student, so 4,500 rupees should be divided among A, B and C. Yes, we will be doing that. So, A, B and C. Now, here we go. In such a way that fourth part of A, fourth part of A and fifth part of B, yeah my dear student, and sixth part of C are all equal, right. So, whenever this condition is given, whenever a condition is given something like this, we may be able to divide the amount in the given ratio 4:5:6, isn't it? So, amounts must be divided in the ratio 4:5:6. So, the question is how much B gets, what is the share of B? So, B must be getting 5 parts, 5 out of 15 into 4,500. Therefore, your answer is 1,500. So, this is all about ratio and proportion. Students, this is only the beginning. You can't expect the questions are this easy. So, slowly when we go ahead, you will find a lot of difference, but this is to start with. Student, I think now we can move on to next question. So, let us see how the question is given. So, what amount is given and how we need to divide this. Let us see this. Here we go. Divide 1,300 rupees among A, B, C. Divide 1,300 rupees among A, B and C such that, okay, so we need to divide the amount in the ratio, we have to divide A, B and C, but how we need to divide? What is the condition? 2 times A's share, 2 times A's share, 3 times B's share. Remember, it is not 1/3, it is 3 times, and 4 times C's share are all equal. This is the condition given to you, which means to say that we have to divide 1,300 as per the condition that is given to you. I hope you understand this. Student, yeah, very good. So, student, first before we answer this question, let me tell you, this is not a comfortable condition. So, when the condition is not comfortable, man, we have to convert the question, we have to convert the condition according to our convenience, isn't it? What I am going to do, you know, what is LCM of 2, 3 and 4? What is the LCM of 2, 3 and 4? Yes, student, what is the LCM of 2, 3 and 4? Yeah, 12. I am going to divide the entire equation by 12. Later I tell you why actually I am dividing this. I will tell you later. Right. Therefore, this cancels for 6 times, this cancels for 4 times and this for 3 times. Therefore, the question becomes something like this: A by 6 is equal to B by 4 is equal to C by 3. Oh, very interesting. So, which we understood that amounts may be divided in the ratio 6:4:3. I hope you understand this. Student, yes, I think yes, I am clear to you. So, the amounts may be divided in the ratio 6:4:3. Now, the question is, what is A's share? Tell me, student, what is A's share? 6 parts out of 13 into what is the amount? 1,300. And if you can see that A must be getting 600 rupees. I hope you understand, my dear students. Now you can ask me, sir, why you are dividing by 12? Yeah, the very reason of dividing by 12 is because the condition is not conveniently given to us. We are making the condition convenient. The very reason of dividing by 12 is that slight, nothing more than that. It is only that particular reason. We are converting the condition according to our convenience. I hope students you understand that. I think you must be getting the point right. Okay, very good, very good. Okay students, so I understand that yes, we are going in the right direction. Now I think we can discuss one more question to get the clarity. Here we go. So one more question, my dear students. So with this question I think you will be able to get the point right. Student, here is the question. Give a try. I don't want to put pressure on you by putting the time. Take your time and let me know what is your answer. Come on, go ahead. Yes student, no response so far. I am waiting for a response, man. Yeah, very good. Now I think now I am getting responses quickly. Yes, okay. Next. Anybody else? Anybody else? Very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay. So far so good. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Very good, very good. So let me check it out whether your answer is right or wrong. Here we go. So student, we need to divide 3900 among x, y and z. Okay, fine. Now here we go. And what is the condition? Twice x share, thrice y share and 4 times z share are absolutely same. Obviously this is not the convenient condition, because to divide the amount, yeah, it seemed to be yes, many of you are answering so well. So what we do, you know, we will be dividing the same by 12. We will be dividing the same by 12. Now here we go. So therefore the question converts something like this, because it get cancelled for 6 times and y by 4, yes student, and z by 3. So whenever this condition is given, we understood that amounts may be divided in the ratio 6:4:3. And now the question is, how much z is going to get? 3 by 13 into 3900. Very good students. So yes, I can see that many of you responded so well. Therefore your answer must be 900 rupees. I really appreciate that. Very good, my dear students. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, very good, excellent. Now it is very encouraging to see that you are responding so well. Student, I just want to I want to give some questions to you. You just say yes or no. I don't want anything more. I don't want any answers from you. Please respond yes or no. Student, 900 is okay for you? Almost everybody seem to have given the answer 900 only. Yeah, right. Now please look at that. If I have to divide some amount is there. I don't know what is that amount. Let me suppose that I have got some amount. There is an amount of x. Now I just want to put how much a gets out of that amount. And if I say that the amounts may be divided in the ratio 2:3:4, can we get the share of a? Yes or no, given the ratio. If you are given the ratio something like this, yes or no, tell me. Of course yes. because the ratio is straight away given to you, you can easily identify how much A is going to get. Not a problem. Your answer must be yes. Because the ratio is straight away given to you, you can easily get the answer. Yes, student, yes? What do you say, man? Yes or no? Just say yes or no. Simply say yes or no. Given a ratio, can you divide the amount? Yes, of course, very much yes. Right. Student, for example, here we go. Let me suppose that some X rupees is there, and I want to see how much A is going to get. Now here is the condition, if B and C are given 6 parts, A must be getting 1 part. Is this information is enough to get the answer how much A is going to get? Okay, student, I will get back to you. So Saturday's class I will get back to you, right? So first you please respond yes or no. Yes, definitely, because the total amount comes is about 7 parts, and out of 7 parts A must be getting 1 part. We can divide how much A is going to get. So your answer is very big yes. Therefore you are absolutely correct. You can definitely. Come on, student. And if I say that some X rupees is there, I want to see how much A is going to get. The condition is given something like this: 4th part of A and 7th part of C and 7th part of B and 6th part of C are all same. So that is the condition we are given. Now please respond, my dear students. Can we get how much A is going to get? Is it possible? Yes or no? That's it. My only concern is to please respond whether we can get yes or no. Very good. Yes. Because whenever this condition is given, man, we can divide the amount in the ratio 4:7:6 and A is going to get 4 parts. The task is so simple. Student, this is only the first day of the topic. Probably I have given you very simple questions, but don't expect the questions are that simple. Once we are moving ahead, we will be discussing even more interesting questions. The topic always obviously been started with a very simple concept, and we can go ahead.